Hey guys, this is SansCorpsTarot, and today I'm back again with another pick a group reading. This topic today is going to be, will they reach out to you? And, a little bit about when and the context of who this person is. But, I do intend for you guys to have someone in mind for you to try and, think about whether or not they'll reach out to you. This was actually a topic recommended to me or suggested to me by a user, Blue Moonlight, so thank you very much for that suggestion. Let me know if you guys have any other suggestions or any other videos you want to see, because right now my energy is pretty open and receptive to a lot of different content. So we have 3 groups for you today. Group 1, you have this little cassette tape die. Group 2, you have this little hand. In group 3, you have this little foot. And I love the fact that a hand and a foot came out one after the other, because I did just intuitively roll these for the groups. And yeah, as you can see, I already have your cards pre-selected because I wanted to get different distinct energies for each group. So take your time, meditate on the person that you're thinking about, and see which pile has their energy. Do you think that, they're going to have the cassette tape energy, the hand energy, or the foot energy? So take your time, remember, only take what resonates, and especially with a type of reading like this, I want to stress that, it's not always important whether or not they'll reach out. Sometimes, knowing whether or not they'll reach out is good to validate people's feelings for us, but, you're coming to this reading about a person, so there are people that you feel strongly about also that you probably similarly don't really want to reach out to, or you don't have any real intention of reaching out to them. So, just remember that. Be careful with readings like this because it's easy to not hear things that you want to hear, and it's easy to be disappointed in the outcome. But just remember that, everything is in your hands. It's in your control. If this is a connection that you believe in strongly enough, and even if I do tell you that they won't reach out to you, please do feel free to reach out to them and take control of your own narrative. But okay, so I will let you guys decide which groups, and I will see you guys in your readings. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 1. If you chose this little cassette tape die, this is your reading about whether or not this person's going to reach out to you. So I picked a bunch of cards for this reading, so let's just get into it. So the first cards we have are the Magician, and that was clarified by the Hierophant. And then I think these cards against humanity cards, these were their current energy in your life. So we have the Amish, the Boy Scouts of America, and Ultra Boys. Yeah, I love the Cards Against Humanity and Apples to Apples decks that I've made because I played those games with these decks with my family growing up, and I'm just very intuitively connected to them. So even if you guys don't understand the messages, don't worry, I'll decipher it. And then we have I'm pretty sure the Apples to Apples cards are just all about whether or not they're going to reach out to you. So we'll read those a little later. But then we have a couple other cards for who are they in your life? I think that's what these tarot cards were for. Yeah, so we have the 7 Pentacles. Actually, I think that these were actually just for, no, these are about who they were. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, and that was clarified by the Empress. And you know what? I'm going to put it right like that so that you can see them all. And then we have these cards, some other tarot cards about whether or not they're going to reach out. So we had the first card that came out was the Knight of Swords, and that was clarified by, which one was the Knight of Swords clarified by? The 3 of Cups, I believe. Gosh, I knew that I was going to do this. I always hate picking the cards beforehand because I always forget which cards are the clarifiers. Oh my god. But and then we have 5 of Cups, we had the 5 of Cups, and this was clarified by both Death and the Sun. And then we had some other cards about whether or not they're going to reach out. And so we have, oh my gosh, where do I put this? We have Class Clown, Tinder, binge watching, team building exercises, Googling yourself. And then we also had ugly, surprising, fresh, lovable, and tasty. Okay, so I want to say, I think this is a person that you've been connected to for a little bit. So I know that so many cards came out immediately, but first, what I want to say with the Hierophant right here, with the sponge, I think this is a person who is like probably a little bit going through, or they do have a lot on their plate. They have a lot of lessons and things that they're learning right now. And so I think like one of the most important things that were made obvious to me from the beginning is they want to reach out, or they think about you, and they do have some sort of like intentions. I'm going to dive a little deeper into, whether or not they actually will, because we do have the Magician, and the Magician was clarified by the Hierophant, and the Magician is all about making things happen, and the Hierophant is all about higher level commitment and dedication. And so I think that these are things that they want to do. They want to reach out to you. You've been on their mind. I think that you guys have known each other, been connected to each other's energy for a little bit, especially with the sponge, because I'm getting the mental image of someone sucking up a bunch of water using a sponge. But, it's a gradual process, so I think that they've been absorbing your energy for a little bit. And I think that there is some sort of like culmination point that is approaching. I will say that, because you also did, are they going to reach out? And then you got the Knight of Swords, and it was clarified by the Three of Cups, which is, a beautiful energy. Because it tells me, the Knight of Swords is a little bit aggressive, and it tells me that I don't think that this person's not going to like exactly, I don't think that they're going to reach out in the way that you want them to reach out, but honestly, I don't know how many people that would be true for regardless of any connection. People usually don't act in the exact ways that we want them to most of the time, but, oh my God, my knee. But, so I'm thinking that, this has been a long time that you've known this person. It's probably been a little bit that you've been wondering about whether or not they're going to reach out. And I'm not going to lie to you, I think that energy is going to continue for a while. But there's like an indisputable energy that they want to reach out. But it feels like they're waiting for something. Because, when we clarified the energy that they have in your life, we got the Seven of Pentacles. So it tells me that they're putting in real, meaningful effort, to hopefully like be a part of your life one day, and to hopefully, have some sort of connection with you. And it's clarified by the Empress, so they do want to birth something. They have the Seven of Pentacles, they're grinding so hard because they do want something from this situation. They've been thinking about you all this time since that initial meeting, because they really have been hoping that one day, you guys can reconnect and like start off this relationship the way it should be. It does feel like this was a false start, less so of like an explicit ex. It feels like more so just something that was never able to ground to begin with, and someone whose energy you've been wondering about for a little bit. And so they definitely do have strong intentions of wanting to reach out for you. But again, with the sponge, it gives me the energy of like there's a process. There's things that this person's going through. They have, they have stuff that they're dealing with, or just things in their life that are sort of detracting or taking away from their focus on you. And I think that there is also some sort of physical separation, so I think that makes it a little easy also to not be so connected to your energy. But regardless of physical separation, you guys have been connected very mentally and psychically this whole time, and you guys do wonder about each other. And so so with Tinder, coming out, this could be someone that you met on Tinder. Googling yourself, though, that tells me you guys do definitely keep up with each other. And there's just such an energy. It's hard because this group, it's like I want to say, like, yes, they're going to reach out, but there's just, there's a lot of dreamy energy. There's not so much grounded energy. The only real grounded energy that I'm detecting is in the Seven of Pentacles, but the Seven of Pentacles is like an exhausted sort of grounded energy. It's the energy of like, yeah, I keep trying to make things happen, but I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling like I'm in the same place, even though I keep trying to do this over and over again. I'm not getting anywhere. And so I'm thinking that it could, for a lot of you, I'm going to say, okay, so take what resonates. I think that, if you guys are in this situation, like where you guys are able to just sort of spontaneously come across each other like in the real world, I think that that could be sort of what triggers you guys, like reconnecting and them reaching out. So if you guys are in like a different city or something, like maybe this doesn't apply to you, or maybe like, you're in the same like online community or something, there's going to be some sort of attempt to reach out to you in sort of like a third party type of way. Reach out to you sort of indirectly, because I do think that you guys have been a little separated from each other's energy. So I think it could seem, or this person would feel like it seems a bit odd if they just like spontaneously message you out of the blue, when I feel like other people would be like, no, you should not do that because you haven't spoken to them in years and they probably don't even think about you. But lo and behold, you do think about them. But I think that they think about this connection and they really want to reach out, but there's just a lot of difficulty, I feel like, with them actually grounding it and reaching out. So I'm feeling like they're really hoping for the opportunity to stumble upon you in like maybe like a mutual friend type setting, maybe if you work with this person, or like I'm feeling like it's not something like that. If you do work at the same company as this person, I think you're in different buildings and you seldom see each other. I think that this is a person that you don't really see or are exposed to their energy very frequently in real life. I think that it's someone that you would have to put an effort to see and reach out to. So I'm feeling like, the probability of you guys just sort of stumbling across each other is very slim. And so I think that there are a couple messages. I think that the first message is that I think if you give this connection enough time, they will eventually reach out, because we do have a lot of stuff about, communication. We have the Knight of Swords, and then we also have, we have the Knight of Swords about communication, but then we also have stuff about, birth and rebirth. We have the Empress and we have death. And, the sun energy also just gives me sort of like light at the end of the tunnel vibes. But we also have, we have Googling yourself, Tinder. So we have a lot of watching energy. But yeah, so I think that it would take them a little bit to sort of gather up like the emotional, energetic resources to reach out to you. But they really do have the intention of it. They want to. They think about you. And so maybe it's not that they have the intention of it, but they fantasize about doing it. It's something that it's like they just simply feel like it would be a little too weird, a little too off. Maybe there's also an energy of, they think if this is truly something meant to be, that it'll work out. Maybe they're like, oh no, like I'm thinking about this person from my distant past, but maybe, maybe that's for a real reason. But if it is for a real reason, I'm sure that they'll just stumble into my life in the right way. Because I do think that you guys are both very psychic and both very intuitive and sort of connected to your spirituality. But I think that this person, it could take a little bit, but I'm not going to tell you guys that they're not going to reach out. I think that they could reach out because they really have the energy of wanting to, but I'm thinking that it would take a good year before they do. It could take a year or 2 years. And I think that like the main message that I'm getting from this reading is that they want it. So if you also are wanting it in the same way that they do, I think you're being really encouraged to make any sort of small step towards them to demonstrate that to them. So, maybe it's you trying to meet them in this similar energy, or if it's even, sending them a text and saying, hey, I just wanted to catch up, or maybe you could even do something sneaky and have like a mutual friend like reach out to them and be like, hey, my friend was thinking about you, like, would you want to, talk to her or something? But it's like, I think that you're being encouraged to drop some sort of subtle hint to them that you're still thinking about them. It could even be something like, if you like starting following them on social media, or like liking something on social media after never liking anything of theirs. You're able to do something very discreet like that even. And I think honestly that's probably where I can see like the most potential stemming from this, and like probably the most rapid um, manifestation of this outcome coming through, is if you do something very small to just sort of open the gate for this person to walk in, because I think that because like this is the Five of Cups, and it's telling me though that like this is how they felt a little bit in the past. They felt like, they saw this cup, they saw you, and they wanted you, and they wanted this connection and to try to ground it. But it was a false start. You guys just didn't come together for whatever reason. And now they're feeling both a little like wistful looking back on the past and thinking like, oh, what I could have done, but also feeling like, oh, I'm stuck now and I can't move forward in the future. But, I think that they feel like they can't make a move. And I think that it is going to take a little bit of time on their end before they're able to like fully feel confident enough to make a move. And I think that whatever move that they do make in the future, it would be something small, like that towards you. It would be something like them following you on social media, or them just like maybe like reacting to your Instagram story, or like, sending you a Snapchat, or like, just telling a mutual friend that you were thinking about them the other day or something. Either you're being encouraged to give a small little hint to them to open up the door, and I think that would cause a very much faster outcome, or you can wait it out. If you're not that motivated to make that sort of gesture towards them, you can always wait it out and wait until, they gather the confidence and also like finish going through all of the stuff that they're going through in their personal life. And that'll probably be a year to 2 years before they, finally absorb all that they were meant to absorb, and finally are in a place where they're like, yep, I'm going to put meaningful intention and action towards trying to do something with this person, trying to make something happen with this person, So it could either you could message them or follow them on Instagram in a few weeks and like kickstart this right then, or you could wait like a year or 2 years for them to do it for you, and then you can start something if the time is right. Once again, it's just sort of boils down to what you're most motivated for. If this is a connection that you really are eager to get it off the ground, then totally go for it. Follow them on Instagram, friend them on Facebook, even do that thing where you unfollow them so that you can follow them again so that they get a notification, like just do something to put your energy in their field. Do something that demonstrates to them that you were explicitly, consciously thinking about them. And then they'll be like, oh my God, I was actually thinking about you too, and I have been. So, hey, maybe I'll message this person because they just followed me on Instagram, But if this is something where it's like you mainly just sort of want to know how much they like you, I'm here to tell you that they definitely do like you. They definitely were connected to you and are connected to you. But they're just going through a lot of stuff. I feel like they're probably going through a lot of dark nights of the soul, especially with this death energy, which is so closely followed by the sun, which is beautiful. Because, they're going through like the dark night of the soul, but there is going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, I think that it's an energy of, if you guys truly are meant to be in each other's lives, you will be, even if it takes like a year or 2 years for them to follow you on Instagram, for them to make it happen. It's, and I think that that's sort of the energy that you guys are being called to embody, if, not to call any of you guys out, but, if you, I think that you should focus, if you are upset at the prospect of them not like explicitly reaching out to you very soon, then I think you're being called to mostly focus on why are you more upset with them for not reaching out than you are willing for you to reach out to them. You know, there's an energy of, if you truly do care about this relationship, I think that you should and would put in the energy and effort to like making something happen between you guys. But all right, pile one, I am going to leave it there. If you like this reading, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, definitely subscribe to help me sort of tap into your energy and so that I can give you more personalized readings in the future. But yeah, have a nice day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye, guys. Hey, pile two, if you chose the hand die, this will be your reading all about what are this person's intentions with you. You know, like, are they going to reach out or not? So I picked a lot of cards. I pre-shuffled a lot of cards, so let's get into it. You got the Ace of Knives, which is the Ace of Swords, coming out first, and then clarified by the Judgment card. And then, let's see, these are some cards about this person's energy in your life. So we have child beauty pageants, the gaze, women's suffrage, and Judge Judy. And then I think that we got, yeah, the tarot cards were also about this person's these cards were about the person's energy in your life. I think, oh my gosh, I keep doing this. Okay, yeah, sorry, I had to double check. These are the cards about this person's energy in your life. So you had Temperance, clarified by the Knight of Cups. So I'm actually going to put that behind there like this. And then these are some cards about whether or not this person is actually going to reach out. So we had, this was interesting, we had the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands was clarified by the Two of Pentacles. And then we had Judgment, which was also interesting because you have Judgment right here, so Judgment twice. Judgment clarified by the Lovers. And then, oh, we have one more, Cards Against Humanity, a mopey zoo lion. Okay, and then these are cards about, you know, whether or not they're going to reach out. So we have fringe science. Oh, well, actually, so the first one we had was pickup lines, and then fringe science. We had political debates, my true love, and Seth Rogen. And then we had important, sticky, dangerous, and gentle. So I believe this is a person. So first of all, I want to say the Ace of Knives came out, which is the Ace of Swords. But I keep mistaking it for the Ace of Wands. And I think that's because that's this person's energy. They're giving me a lot of fiery, passionate energy. I think that they could definitely be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Probably emphasis on the Leo or probably Aries. Because I'm just getting like a lot of, yeah, they're doing a lot of things. I think especially right now, whatever time period they are in their life, they're embodying their fire energy. So they're very passionate. They're, you know, being very creative. They're thinking a lot about the future and all the different possibilities. And they're trying to like actively, you know, manifest the things that they want into their life. So first, let me tell you, I think this person is a big flirt. We have pickup lines. That was like the first card that came out. So I want to say short story or long story short, is this person going to reach out to you? Yes. But I'm going to tell you they're not going to reach out in probably the way that you want. I don't think that they're going to reach out with any sort of real offering. I think they're mostly going to reach out just sort of wanting like for example, they could just, sort of want to hook up or something. And maybe you are interested in a real relationship. Or maybe you want to just go out on a date with them, and maybe, they'll message you, and maybe, they'll talk about things that they like to do, but they won't actually ever, really invite you. Or maybe they will invite you out to hang out with them, but it's just going to really be in a platonic way, or it could, again, just be in a sexual way. There's something here where it's like their expectations and your expectations are not aligning. But I want to say, like, look at the cards that we have, though. Like, we have the Ace of Swords. So we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, they're definitely going to communicate. But yeah, what the communication is going to be is definitely not what you're into. But like, let's still look at the cards. We have the Two of Wands, which is a beautiful energy. We do have the Knight of Cups, and we have My True Love, which is very nice. So I think that this person, they like you. Don't get that wrong. They're interested in you. But I think that they're doing a lot in their life right now. I think that they're trying to gain balance in their life. They're trying to, have the career, make new things out for themselves. This could be a random message for some of you guys, but maybe they're trying to like dabble in investment, or like like stocks or something. They're just doing, they almost like they're trying out a bunch of different side hustles. They're really trying to like, they're trying to not only make bank, but they're trying to, make a name for themselves. Maybe they're trying out like a YouTube channel or a Twitch stream or something. But I think that they just have a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of things that they're trying to enact in their life. And I just simply don't think that they're in the headspace to want a relationship. And so I think that they're going to reach out to you. They don't have any nefarious intentions, but they just simply have different intentions than you would want them to have, I believe. I don't think that they're not really ready for any sort of relationship. It feels like right now their energy is very insular. They're really focused on themselves and what makes them happy, and they're not really focused on sort of like curating new relationships in their life. They're working on solidifying the relationship they have with themselves and that they have with the things directly around them that are in their life already. They're very much trying to make themselves stable and build a beautiful foundation for themselves. And so I think that they're trying to gain temperance. And so with Judgment card being here twice, it is telling me that there's just, they're going to reach out, and maybe you're going to be so excited even initially, but then I think the outcome, the aftermath of them reaching out, it's just like, I think your relationship may just simply bounce back to where it is now, basically. I don't think that them reaching out is going to change anything about your relationship. I think that, because if they do reach out, I think it's just going to be a one-off sort of energy, Maybe it's them being like, oh, hey, do you want to go to the beach with me this weekend? Because, me and my friends are going. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is the invitation I've been waiting for. But then turns out they really did just want to go to the beach with you. Or maybe you guys even hooked up while you were at the beach, but, they never take it farther than that. They hook up with you and they have a good time with you, but they don't really have any intentions of a real relationship, because that's not really the energy that they're ready for right now. And it's not anything nefarious, and I don't think that there could be just some energy. Yeah, I don't think that they're very outright though either about their intentions. Like they're not going to like communicate very clearly regardless of anything. So I think that you're really being called to take their words exactly as they are. If they ask you out just to, hang out, then, take it as just a hangout. Take it as not a date. But if they explicitly ask you out on a date, then yeah, take it as a date. Take it as them wanting to get to know you in a romantic sense. But I'm thinking that there is like genuine feelings for you guys, because we have the Two of Wands and clarified by the Two of Pentacles. So it's like they see you and they see the opportunity and the potential that you guys could have together. But I just simply think that they're looking somewhere else. They're juggling something else. They have other responsibilities in their hands, and that's simply just the one that they choose. That's the one that they're looking at, the one that they care about. And not to say that they don't care about you, but just because they're not even going to give you the space, or they're not going to give you the space and the opportunity to become a bigger part of their life, you know? So I think that you guys could potentially, you guys do have relationship potential, honestly. That is something that's coming through for me, because even the cards like, you know, Judgment twice and Temperance, it's still giving me the energy of like, you guys are connected in some way on a soul level. It could be some sort of karmic connection, but I think that you guys do have an attraction, a real, genuine, authentic attraction to each other, and a real, genuine, you know, draw towards each other. But I think that it's just this other person is not going to validate it because they aren't in the mood to want to validate emotions and relationships right now. They're in the mood to, you know, invest in stocks and play around with, you know, their fantasy football league or something, or they're trying to maybe make a side hustle, maybe start an Etsy shop, something like that. So yeah, this message that, so the fact that we have important, I feel like, you know, they are going to reach out because we have the Ace of Swords, so they're going to reach out in some way. And I think you're going to be taking it that effort on their end as them reaching out and being a little more important than they intended to be. I think it's going to be a little bit of a sticky situation for you to be in, maybe a little dangerous. So be gentle with yourself. I love just making words and phrases out of these things. But yeah, like genuinely though, you know, I think that this is a person, and I don't mean to make them sound selfish or anything. There's, like, this is just a natural energy that a lot of people have to go through. It's a healthy energy to be focused on yourself. And so there's definitely the message of, you know, once, this is almost like the mental image it's giving me is like a ball of yarn. Once the ball of yarn, that's like their life right now and all of the things that they want to do and, you know, the actions they want to take and their just they have a lot of like personal projects and stuff. And so that's their ball of yarn right now. And once they finally are able to unravel that entire ball of yarn, maybe then they'll be ready for a connection. And then they would reach out to you, and maybe then that they would actually reach out with the potential for a genuine commitment. But I think that right now they still have that ball of yarn. There's just too much to unravel right now. They're still working at unraveling it all. They're still working at figuring out and fine-tuning different parts of their life. So they're just simply not ready to try and engage in anything serious right now. And so I think that they'd be down for hooking up, they'd be down for being friends, but I just don't think that they're looking for a relationship. And I think that you may not have wanted to hear that when you came to this reading. So that's why the message is a little wonky, because yeah, they're going to reach out, but no, they're not going to really reach out in the way that you want them to. But I am being called to say that the potential for this connection isn't over, but I think that they will probably have to be the ones to make the first move in the future, because I think that they are the rate limiting step, you know, like you guys would have to wait to come into union until they're ready, until they have their ball of yarn unraveled. So I think that you're being called to sort of, you know, maybe try to, if you are looking for a genuine romantic connection, maybe try to look somewhere else or try to detach from this person, you know, until they're ready to offer you a relationship, if that's something that you decide you do want later on in the future with them. But they are like a fun-loving person, you know. We have Seth Rogen, and Seth Rogen I put in there, you know, to, just talk about like that class clown type person, to help convey that sort of fun-loving energy. And I think that that is the energy that they have. So I think that you guys could have a great time together. I'm also getting vibes of like the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands, because I feel like you guys could have a good time together. And I think this is a fun person, but it's just they're really focused on themselves right now, and that may not be what you want to hear. But yeah, I think this is, I didn't really touch much on who this person is, but or did I? I don't think so. But this is someone, they could be, you know, it's not really giving me strong energy one way or the other. I don't think this is an ex. If anything, this could be someone you had a false start with in the past. But I think this is someone who, their energy is pretty new, honestly. I'm feeling like this isn't even someone that you've known for a really long time. I feel like this could really be someone that you met on Tinder. Or, you know, a dating app. And I think I'm getting this confused with the last pile, because the last pile had the Tinder card. But yeah, you know, you could have definitely met this person somewhere like that, or maybe, you know, just out and about, or through a mutual friend or something like that. Honestly, I'm gonna get one card about whether or not you know them already, or like whether or not this is a new person or an old person. Is pile 2, is this a new person or an old person? Because, like, honestly, these cards were supposed to give me their current energy in their life, but it's getting me mostly, like, their personality. That's the energy that it's giving me, you know? It's telling me that right now in their life, they're just focused on a lot of their own other things. And maybe it's really great things that they're focused on, but regardless, they're just not focused on their own connections. But is this person, like, a new person, or what's, like, the energy? So we have the Emergent of Lighters, which is the Page of Wands, the Page of Wands. So I think this is a new person. This is a new person, or this is, yeah, just someone that you haven't had really anything in the past with. But yeah, regardless, I think this is a very new, fresh energy. I don't think this is probably someone that you've been wondering about whether or not they're going to reach out for that long of a time. You know, maybe at most you've been wondering about whether or not they'll reach out for the last, like, 2 weeks to 1 month. I don't think that this is someone that you've been like brooding over this for like a year or so. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it there for you guys, pile 2. If you liked this reading, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe because that'll help me connect to your energy more in the future. But yeah, just another separate little message with. Oh, well, I also wanted to tell you guys a little bit of when. So when I am getting pretty quickly, like I'm getting like this person could really reach out within a month. Honestly, I'm getting like it could be definitely even sooner than a month. I feel like this is definitely someone, because I don't think that it's someone that you've been wondering about this for a while. I think this is a pretty new energy in your life, or at least it's someone who recently re-entered your life in a new sort of way, or very recently. So yeah, they do have a new presence. So I think that they could be reaching out definitely very soon. And then also though, like this empty hand, it's giving me the energy of like a wave hello, but yeah, like an empty wave. So it's like an empty greeting, or a greeting where you just think something would be there and it isn't. And I just think that's another message of they're going to reach out to you, but it's just not going to be what you want it to be. And I think you're being called to really make sure that you don't sort of get your hopes up at them reaching out to you, because I think that they have different intentions than you do. But okay, I'm going to actually leave it here. All right, guys, pile 2. Have a nice day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Hey, pile 3, if you chose this little foot, this is going to be your reading all about whether this person is going to reach out to you, or what their intentions are. I honestly totally forget which the topic is, but I mean, they're kind of like, well, no, I'm getting it, whether or not they're going to reach out to you. Okay, that's what it is. But then I guess, I think I'm getting a little confused because the last pile was so like intention heavy with the, they're going to reach out, but it was a question of intention. Not to spoil that pile for you guys or anything. Well, all right, so your first tarot card that came out was the 3 of Coins, and that was clarified by the Emergent of Coins, or the Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. And then, let's see, I'll wait to do those till later. I'll do the Cards Against Humanity cards right now. So we have, this is funny, we have passive-aggressive post-it notes, genuine human connection, teaching a robot to love, Justin Bieber, and then let's see, we have some tarot. So the first tarot we got, 3 of Swords, clarified by the Ace of Wands. And then we also got the Queen of Cups, clarified by the Page of Cups. And then we had 2 other tarot. We had the 4 of Wands, which was clarified by the 8 of Wands. And then we had some apples to apples cards. You know what, I'm going to put these actually right here. We had some apples to apples cards. We had confusing, juicy, new, kind. I almost read that as kink. Silly me. Interesting. Then we had practical jokes. Stephen Hawking. I love these cards. Really bad dates. Scream Queen. Making a speech. And Sundance Film Festival. All right, guys. So let's jump right into it. First, I want to say that I think this is someone who has had a crush on you for a while. There's someone who has been watching and observing you for a while. I think they've been someone who have been in your energetic field for a long time, but probably also has a lot of access to your actual like physical energy a lot of the time. So maybe this is just someone, maybe you guys are both in a social media community together and you or them post very frequently and you guys sort of interact with each other pretty frequently. Or maybe it's you guys are coworkers in the same space, so you see each other a lot, or maybe you guys are mutual friends or something, or you have mutual friends, but there's some sort of like, there's been like a long-term, consistent ability to like be exposed to your energy basically. So I think that they've been watching and having a crush on you for a little bit. Yeah, but I think for some of you this could really be like a coworker. That's really what it's giving me. The first thing I initially thought of when I saw 3 of coins was, you know, a friend actually. This could be like maybe not even a mutual friend, maybe this is straight up just like a friend that you have that maybe now you're starting to have romantic feelings for them, so you're sort of wondering if they're going to reach out to you, and I think that they have had feelings for you for a very long time. Probably like I don't know how long you guys have been like in the same physical space as each other or you guys have known each other actively, but I'm getting like they've had a crush on you. If it could have been for 1 or 2 years, it's been for 1 or 2 years. If this is someone, I'm getting for a lot of you, this is not going to be someone super new. I'm feeling like the newest this person is maybe you met them 1 or 2 months ago. But even if you did meet them only 1 or 2 months ago, I think that you've seen them like maybe almost daily in that time. So you've like really grown accustomed to their energy very quickly. And they've grown accustomed to your energy very quickly. But there's something where it's like, yeah, they've been able to sort of watch you and feel like they can't touch you or feel like they can't reach you, feel like this connection isn't sort of able to be grounded. And so that's especially what's making me think of like coworker or something. But especially because all of the coins, you know, this could definitely be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but emphasis on the Virgo, because yeah, all of the coins energy. But let's see, what else can I tell you? So yeah, this is someone, so basically, well, are they going to reach out? I think that let's see, I think they're gonna reach out. They want to reach out, but I think that it's going to be like, you know, it's going to be a little bit of something, you know, it's not going to be like a complete thing, you know, they're not going to ask you out on a date or something, or maybe they do, but it's going to start with something super small, because we have the Page of Coins here. You know, 3 of Coins is telling me they want to make something, and odds are you guys probably already have like some joint energy that connects you guys. There's already 3 pentacles, you, them, and this third joint energy that has brought you guys into each other's you know, lives. But I think that they're wanting to like build off of that, and they're wanting to, you know, offer you something else. And so I think that they do want to reach out to you, but it's going to start with something super small, you know? I think let's just use the example of coworker. This is going to like, they're going to start so small. They're going to just start by like talking to you about things that you like. And, you know, maybe through that they learn that you like movies, and then they're going to start off asking you about movies that you like. And then from that, they're gonna wait for a movie to come out that seems like something you would like, and then they're gonna talk to you about a potential movie, and then if you express interest in that movie, maybe they'll just talk about how they also have an interest in the movie, and then your next conversation is maybe them even proposing the idea that you guys go together. But if you don't catch my drift yet, basically what I want to say is they're going to be so indirect, and they're going to just make the smallest little offerings, but that's like all that they really feel comfortable doing, because there is like some sort of like boundary issue where they don't really want to broach into that territory so quickly. They don't know how receptive you're going to be to that in this moment, and so they're just going to take it one little step at a time. I think that that's also, it's because they feel like that's most feasible, but I think that it's also because I think that that's what makes them feel the most confident, I think that that's what they're most comfortable in doing. I don't think that they're going to be someone who's going to be able to because they are giving me like sensitive person energy. So I don't think that they're the type of person who can just sort of outrightly like ask someone else out on a date. I think that they're the type of person to be like, I can't believe anyone has the balls to go up and ask random people out on dates, So I think that they're going to take this very, very, very slowly. Very, 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 very slowly. But what's interesting is that we do have the Page of Coins, or the Page of Pentacles, instead of the Knight of Pentacles. And I know that everyone talks about the Knight of Pentacles being super slow. So again, like, this person doesn't think that they're acting slow. This person thinks that they're doing like exactly what they need to do. And I mean, they are, because eventually I think all of their little efforts are going to lead to like one cumulative big effort where you guys do find yourselves on a date together or something. But I think that it's gonna take a little bit for them to get there. But like, again, it's like consistent effort. I don't know if you guys know, like the lines at Disney World, they have them like snake around so that it's like, lengthwise, such a long line, and so many people are in it, but because of how long the line is, people are constantly walking. So it feels like you're making a lot of progress in the line, even though you're factually not making much progress at all. It's basically like you're just wasting your own time by walking, and you're barely making any like actual like progress in the line itself. And that's like what this is gonna be like, basically. Like, for this person, it feels like they just keep walking, they're like, yeah, I'm putting in steady, consistent effort, this is going exactly my way. But then you're like, oh my god, is that even anything? They just talk to me about movies. Do they actually have an interest in me? Are they actually gonna reach out or do anything? And so what I want to tell you is this person's going to reach out, but they're going to, it's going to be small little things, my guys. So let's talk about a little bit more about this person's energy. Yeah, so I think that there's someone, they're a sensitive soul. I don't think that they're going to really say things outright to you. That's also what I get from passive-aggressive post-it notes. Yeah, so this is someone whose crush for you has just been sort of inside their mind for a little bit. And take what resonates, of course, but I'm getting for some reason, I'm getting like light hair for this person. So they could have blonde hair or like strawberry blonde hair or red hair or something. But they could also have dark hair, but that's just sort of the energy that this is giving me. But I think that they definitely, they're going to reach out, but they're going to just reach out in like just small, tiny little ways. So let's get actually some information about when they're going to reach out. So I'm going to actually, let's see, you know what, I'm going to get one of the, another mundane magic tarot card about when this person is going to reach out, because I'm feeling like these are all small efforts, but okay, so I'm going to get two cards. I'm going to get a card about when are they going to start making these small efforts, and then a card about like when are you guys actually going to like, be on this date, because I think that's really what it's going to like be for most of you. I think that it's going to be like this person they're going to start off by just trying to make conversation with you, and just trying to like sort of almost like build the foundation or set the foundation for the potential opportunity in the future to like go out with you somewhere. So it's them like, you know, they're going to start off by like asking you about food that you like, talking to you about food that they like, and then they'll talk about like restaurants of that food type, and then about how they want to go to that restaurant, and it'll be all very like indirectly, very sneaky, honestly, because it's like they're going to be trying to like bait you almost to like suggest a date. They'll suggest a date, but it will just take them a little while. It's like they're gonna almost try to broach it as if like this date was like, not as if it was your idea, but they're gonna broach it as if it's like, oh yeah, this is what I would ask you. You know, they're gonna do it in a way where they could easily say, they're going to ask you out basically in a way where they could make it seem like they actually didn't want to go on a date with you, but they actually just wanted to spend time with you doing something that you like as friends, you know? So if you're like, you know, if this is them being like, oh, you know how you said Thai food? Like I heard of this great Thai restaurant, but like my friend wouldn't go with me like tomorrow, but you know, I made a reservation for two. Would you want to come? And if you were like, oh my gosh, like a date, then they would be like, you know, I mean, you know, you said you just like Thai food. Like, why do you have to call it a date? Like, you know, you said you like Thai food. You know, and so I don't know how much they'd outrightly deny the fact that it's a date, but I think that they would really, like, they'd get very flustered if you outrightly called it a date, especially if it's something that they brought up. I think that they would want to more so just leave it sort of ambiguous for their own sake, you know, because or like for their embarrassment's sake, because I think that there is a little bit like they're a shy person. They don't like asking people out. They don't like being rejected at all. They don't like the prospect of you rejecting them. That terrifies them, especially like because it wouldn't only be like a brutal rejection by someone they genuinely like and have liked for a little bit, but it would be someone rejecting them that they're then gonna have to like spend a lot of physical time with because you guys do have some sort of other third energy connecting you guys. So it's like, man, if this person rejects me, they're my coworker, I'm gonna have to see them every day. Or man, they're my friend, like I'm gonna have to see them every day or talk to them a bunch. But okay, let's get when this person is going to reach out. So we have the Chariot. Oh, okay. So the first card that came out, I intended it to be when are they going to first start making those little moves? And the Chariot is like a quick moving card. So I think very soon they could start to make a little move. I think very soon after this, you seeing this reading, they'll probably do something like, you know, talk to you about things that you like. And I think, you know, that should be a signal to you that this is both that this is the person and to confirm this reading, and also a signal that, you know, they do have intentions of reaching out and that they're probably going to use that bit of information that they milk out of you to ask you out with eventually down the line. So I think that very soon they're probably going to be doing something like talking to you about food you like, movies you like, things you enjoy doing in your free time, with the conscious intention of using it in the future as an opportunity for you guys to bond. And then we have the Two of Coins. So yeah, so again, it's going to take a little bit, I think, because I think that they're most comfortable giving the small little efforts. So they're going to be most comfortable in like the build-up stage where they're getting to know you and sort of like building their toolkit of things to use as dates with you. It is gonna take them a hot sec to switch into the, oh yeah, you know, like I did make a reservation for Thai. You want to go with me? It's gonna take them a while to get to that point from discovering you like Thai food, you know, because this Two of Coins, it tells me they're gonna constantly be juggling the thought of chickening out basically the entire time, and I don't think they're going to, but. And honestly, I'm being called to say, like, even, like, flirt with them, 100%. Don't not flirt with them or don't, like, shut them down if you like them, that is. But I'm thinking that even if you do flirt with them outright, they're still just really going to be in their head about this and have doubts. And they're still going to be sort of, like, battling the urge to chicken out. But I think ultimately they're not going to, because almost like they are going to, in, like, you know, inquiring about your energy and in them pursuing you and finding out things about you in the build-up stage, they're almost going to like bury them or dig themselves into a hole where it's like naturally, like, eventually they're just going to mention the fact that they made a reservation for 2 for Ty and no one else to go with. And then it's like, they're going to be like, oh man, now it's going to seem really rude if I don't invite them, you know? So it's like they're going to bury themselves in a hole. They're going to dig themselves into a hole. And so they will, you know, they're not going to chicken out in the end. They will see this through, but it will take a hot sec. For one example, I mean, this could be an exaggeration for some of you, but this could truly be the timeline for others of you. There could be just a long friendship phase. So maybe you guys, you know, maybe they start talking right now to you about things that you like. Like maybe it's in like a week that they start talking to you about things that you like and asking about you, but maybe it's not for another 3 or 4 months until they actually ask you out on a date, and then maybe it's not for like a few more months. Or honestly, I'm getting that no. Once you guys do start to date, I think it'll go pretty quickly. So I'm gonna actually modify that. I'm gonna say, honestly, I think there's gonna be even more of a gap between them reaching out initially and them actually asking you on a date. So I think that it could be like they start talking to you like next week about stuff you like, and then they try to build that solid acquaintance type friendship, and then in like 6 months to 1 year, you guys actually go out on a date with each other. That could also definitely be exaggerated for some of you. For some, it could only be like, 3 months that you'll have to wait before actually getting this date. But I'm thinking regardless, it is going to be, it'll be some time. It'll be a chunk of time. But okay, pile 3. I think I'm going to leave it there. If you guys liked this reading, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what readings you guys would like to see. Yeah, because this reading was actually a suggestion, and I have pretty open energy right now. And I just got that new tarot deck, and I have another tarot deck that I ordered in the mail. And so, yeah, exciting stuff to divine with. So my energy is very receptive to new types of readings right now. But okay, I'm going to leave it there. Have a nice day or night whenever you're watching this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.